Hello, I'm Dr. Roger Elmer, Advanced Neurospinal Solutions, and this is Ask the Doctor. And so we're going to be going through a bunch of different questions relating to different aspects of structural correction, which is putting the body back together, put the structure of the spine plus everything else back together again. But also lots of things relating to neurology, neurobiology, relating to neuroscience, and helping make sense. I'm the why guy, and it really helps being the why guy because I don't treat the what, I treat the why. Somebody's got a problem, there's a reason underlying why they have that problem. And if you don't fix that, you didn't fix anything. You just knock down some of the symptoms for a while. Well, today we're going to be talking about scoliosis. Scoliosis and what it is. The traditional concept of scoliosis is that it's a lateral curve. It is not. That's actually fairly rare. I do have one current case right now that I'm taking care of that is a true scoliosis, and that means they have damaged ligaments on this side, and because of it, it can't stabilize itself. And so that is a true scoliosis. What everybody else is calling a scoliosis is really a corkscrew, but you're looking at it from the front, so it looks like it is laterally curving. And so the worse it is, the more it does a thing we call crankshafting. If you've ever taken a metal necklace and started to twist it, it'll take that corkscrew configuration, and then if you keep going, it'll start to kink. That's corkscrew. That's literally where it's starting to fold on itself. So, but scoliosis is a reason for so many different problems, but if you don't understand what it really is, you can't truly fix it. Traditional methods are rods. They put rods in, and it's very interesting that they often break. Why would they break? I mean, these are metal. Well, you're actually flattening a spiral staircase, making the torsioning even worse. It's the torsioning that is a scoliosis. So now we're making that worse, and it's got day and night to fight against that, getting stronger and stronger until clink, now it's broken. And so fixing the curve system, the primary curve is your mid-back, right? You're born this way, but then you start to develop the curve in your neck and the curve in your lower back through being on your mom, being on her hip, being on the floor, crawling. All of these things create this curve system that is the structure of our spine. If we don't have that, we put stretch on our spinal cord, but we also make it unstable to avoid lateral flexion, lateral movements. And so what you're looking at that basically is a scoliosis. So we have to fix these curves first. Most scoliosis have a severe problem with their cervical curve, which stretches the cord, according to Alf Breg. He's a neurosurgeon back in Sweden. And he did a group of research projects on MS patients, scoliosis patients, and cord injury patients. And in those, he cut off the backs of the vertebrae in their neck, pounded their necks into a curve, and then titanium chicken wired them into that curve. And their MS symptoms went away, and the scoliosis got less, and the spinal cord started to heal from its injury. Well, putting those curves in are my first order of business in scoliosis. Get the original curves to be the way they're supposed to. And then we're going to take that, which doing that will get rid of some of this corkscrew, but we want, after a while, the scoliosis will start to not be able to handle gravity. See, this is balanced. If I'm zigging, I'm zagging. But if I get my head off of center, it actually looks like my scoliosis got less. it actually got worse because I can't hold that configuration over time. Gravity works best when my head is directly over my pelvis, which is directly between the center of my shoes. And from the front, my head is over the center of my pelvis and over the front of my ankles. That's how we should be, and that's what makes it optimal for gravity. So what we do is we put those curves in, and as we put those curves in, and they're restored and we have stability, then we get it to zig and zag, and if we zig 5, we must zag 5. That creates the balance, and then what we have to do is unwind it. And that's how we deal with scoliosis. So what is it? It's a spiral staircase. That spiral staircase creates all kinds of havoc, including things like kids that have scoliosis statistically are going to die 15 years earlier than their counterparts that don't have scoliosis. Kind of yucky. So it's more than just a cosmetic issue. It also makes it difficult to breathe. If you have a Cobb angle above 70 degrees, it's not a possibility, but a probability of sudden cardiac death and sudden pulmonary failure, because it torsions the lungs and the heart, the chambers that they're in, which squeezes them so they can't. And that's one of the things that I worry about in scoliosis is how well can they inflate their lungs, how well can they exchange the oxygen and that. So hopefully that makes it a little more clear what scoliosis is. And if you have any questions, please let us know. And remember, we're here when you're ready to take your life back.